Calling Chattanooga Mayor's office in reference to the kidnapping of an advocate.
You've reached Chattanooga City Hall and the Administrative Office of Mayor Andy Burke. 423-698-2525. City Hall is open for business Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. If you need assistance navigating city services, please take advantage of the city's 311 call center by calling 423-643-6311 or by emailing 311@chattanooga.gov or through the 311 app available to smartphone users. Phone numbers for city departments and their administrators can be found on the city's website, chattanooga.gov. Otherwise, please leave a message and staff will return your call as soon as possible. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Hello, my name is Good Citizen Leslie. I can be reached at 413. I don't want to give this over the phone. I'm calling expressing my grievance and disappointment at the kidnapping done by one of your guards. You folks need to have much better training. I'm just happy that the police officers didn't cuff and pummel this highly respectful constitutional advocate. Tennessee volunteers protect the Constitution. Thank you. So disappointed and shaking my head. Respectfully signing off, Citizen Leslie. And I haven't even been out there getting my face planted into the pavement. It might be more useful for you, for our children, to show reasonableness and commonality of purpose, to reduce cliques and drama. And I try to have a no drama zone, but as we know, that's virtually impossible when you're dealing with a lot of alphas. We're all alphas here. And we pretty much crawl over each other, especially when we do tandems, everyone wanting to be king of their own hill. We're not going to make it to the next level if we keep doing that, you know? It's winning hearts and minds of the public. If you know about what you do and what we do as a movement, aside from the viewers who, of course, would just look for the next car accident to roll by, the best reality TV show around, right? Very few can instigate properly. Most are on the borderline of sabotaging all the hard work that other noble auditors who know what they're doing have accomplished. As indicated on second revisits, they might not like what we're doing, but at least they comply because they want to pick up that next paycheck, right? Minimalist, obscuranting thwarters, colluding against the citizens who pay them to protect our civil rights. It's just confounding to me, shaking my head. More cameras, more justice. There's a direct correlation, but you gotta know what you're doing. Get your egos out of the way, please. Weren't any of you a Brad or a Karen? Would you admit it? Is memory so short that you can actually call someone else a Karen without that little bit of you inside knowing that you're a hypocrite? Because that could have easily been you caught on camera 4, 5, 10 years ago for sure, except the ones who have been disenfranchised from the beginning. for good reason for hating the government. We get that. But you'll give no quarters. You say that the cops were the ones who escalate. Yeah, and we call them robots. I call them robots, mockingly. I'm very sarcastic, I admit that. But I try to do it with a purposeful reason, not all the time. I'm not proud of myself for some things that I say or I do. I try my best to remain focused on our absolute goal of preserving liberty for the sake of our progeny, regardless one's hue. We call ourselves tolerant and cops intolerant. Hypocrisy, cutting down our own, mocking the public. Brads, Karens. You think that wins hearts and minds, or do you think that just pushes them away further, and then they might go home to their tween or teenage children and talk about how maybe the First Amendment does have to have another amendment to mitigate it? You really think that the 4th of July will be around by the time my 2 and 4-year-old grandchildren reach majority? Think twice. It's a public holiday. That's not written into the Constitution or the preamble or the Declaration of Independence. That was legislated in and it can be legislated out. There are already municipalities that are making it illegal to say the Pledge of Allegiance, which was also voted in, just like In God We Trust was legislated into our monetary system to be stamped into the coinage. Liberty are fragile rights that we have, natural rights, that too many do think that if the citizenship had their druthers and voted whether to annul the First Amendment or the Second Amendment within cities for more extortion revenue for something that shall not be infringed because of others' interpretations, but completely misinterpret the reading of Poster 7, nor do they ever want to even look to see the hundreds of videos that come out where both police and postal inspectors and postal police, Rogue Nation's Major Lee Awesome himself, put up. They're ubiquitous, out of the horse's mouth, verifying Homeland Security memos and Poster 7. Advocates really should carry a lot of these documents around with them. I happen to have given our small local post office a copy of Poster 7 because they had none themselves. I didn't go in with a camera for several reasons. One, I don't shit where I sleep. And another is unless a post office has really lousy reviews, then I'm going to leave them alone, just as I leave alone low-level employees who have not been trained properly by their supervisors. Come down hard on those supervisors, please. And hopefully I'm on the right side of history if they're allowed to celebrate the 4th of July with all its warts, with all our First Amendment and cop watchers warts, with all the Karens and Brads warts, with constitutional warts. You want to judge the social mores of Jefferson and Adams based on today's social mores? Well, just wait till your grandkids look back on you when they're good Maoists. Watch out, because you thought you were so wonderful. Things are all relative. The First Amendment is there to protect not comfortable speech, but speech that makes people feel uncomfortable, you fucking bastards. Don't you know I love you all? Make any laws about it? Because I'm not instigating anyone but the chasms of your own rotted minds. I speak my 1A mind, I control my ego. Try it sometime for the sake of liberty and progeny. What we do today is important because our children count on us. Liberty isn't just an ephemeral word, it means to protect eccentricity, it means to protect minority rights, it means to protect the guilty from the temporary mob of the majority. My words are for all of you. Constitutional words, lives matter. Be kind to Karens and Brads. Remember, a lot of us were Karens and Brads at one time. Educate the public. Give 10-minute talks to 8th grade history classes, please. There's no more civics. The principals would be hard pressed to deny your speech on the Constitution topic. What is the commonality between the First Amendment and free speech and cell phones? It should have a lively question and answer period. Do what you can. Get involved with your school board, as Lincoln said. The politics of our future depends on the educators of today. That burden and duty lies upon our backs. Do it in a positive way as possible. I don't mean to roll over. You can do it firmly. Thank goodness more good, noble auditors are coming on board because they have the knowledge behind them and the intellect. So do what you can. Never give up. Signing off for now.